Hello, everybody. I'm Kendra Viera-Ramos, and today we're talking about a topic which is kind of a bit on the loose and started skyrocketing. For those who are parents, or for anyone who is now a parent that is now having kids, your kid might be a victim to indoctrination. For those who don't know, indoctrination, I would give you the meaning of it. Indoctrination is the process of teaching someone to accept of beliefs uncritically, discouraging questioning, doubt, or alternative viewpoints. The goal isn't understanding, it's obedience or automatic acceptance. That is indoctrination. And the whole indoctrination hullabaloo back in 2022 all the way to now. Yeah, I could see that. Alright, here are the practical, non-ideological ways to reduce the risk of a child being indoctrinated. Number 1, teach them how to think, not what to think. This is the single most important decision. Skills to build early, like asking, how do you know that? Or spotting opinions versus facts. Or understanding that smart people can disagree, and sometimes being okay with uncertainty. Instead of correcting them immediately, you need to try. That's interesting. What makes you think that? This obviously keeps curiosity alive instead of obedience. Number 2, normalize questioning authority, including you. Indoctrination thrives on don't question this thinking. Make it safe for kids to disagree with parents. Question teachers, media leaders, and influencers, and also say, I don't think that makes sense. A kid who can respectfully challenge you is much harder to control later. Of course, now number 3, teach media literacy early. Kids today are targeted constantly, especially online. Teach them to ask who made the content and why. Notice emotional manipulation, fear, outrage, shame, hero worship. Recognize clickbait and exaggerated claims. Understand algorithms push extreme content. A simple rule is, if it makes you really angry or scared fast, pause. Number 4, avoid isolating them from other viewpoints. Isolation is a core indoctrination tactic. Encourage exposure to different cultures and beliefs. Civil conversations with people they disagree with. Reading multiple sources on the same topic. You don't have to endorse everything, just let them see variety. Yes. Number 5, watch for red flags of indoctrination. Be alert, not paranoid, if a child starts using a rigid us versus them, or aka, are you with us or against us mentality, language, repeats slogans instead of explaining ideas, believes disagreement, evil or stupidity, rejects nuance or complexity, idolizes a person or group as flawless. These are signs of belief replacement, not learning. Now, number 6. Indoctrination often preys on kids who feel lost, unheard, inferior, angry, or isolated, but there are protective factors on that. Hobbies and creativity, a sense of competence, like I'm good at something, belonging that doesn't demand conformity, emotional validation at home. A kid who feels valued is harder to recruit. Now, number 7. Encourage empathy without moral absolutism. Teach kids you can strongly believe something without dehumanizing others. People are more than their beliefs. Intent, impact, but both matter. Indoctrination thrives on moral purity tests. Empathy breaks that. Alright, number 8. Don't replace one indoctrination with another. This is a common mistake. If a parent shuts down discussion, forces beliefs, punishes doubt, uses fear or shame, the kid isn't protected. They're just being trained to accept the next authority figure. Now, number 9. Model intellectual humility. Say things like, I might be wrong. I changed my mind into this. Let's look it up together. This shows that changing beliefs is a strength, not a betrayal. And now, the 10th one. Keep communication open, especially when you disagree. If a child feels they'll be punished or mocked for sharing ideas, they'll hide them. And that's where indoctrination grows. Make home the place where anything can be discussed safely. And the bottom line, you don't prevent indoctrination by controlling information. You prevent it by raising a kid who thinks critically, feels secure, questions respectfully, can tolerate complexity, or knows they're allowed to think for themselves. But before all this, we're going to discuss one of the final things on how to prevent your kids from being indoctrinated. Teach them what's real, to separate on what's real and what's fiction, which I kind of have difficulty on thinking about. Number 1, explicitly separate fact from fiction. Talk about the difference between news, opinions, myths, stories, and online rumors. Ask them questions like, do you think this actually happened? Or is it just a story someone made up? Encourage them to look for evidence, not just trust what feels true. Number 2, or number 12, teach how to verify information. Show how to check multiple sources. Explain author credibility, who is saying this and why. Introduce basic research skills, books, reputable websites, expert interviews. Number 13, discuss storytelling techniques. Even fiction can teach lessons or influence emotion, so kids need to notice it. Movies, games, and books may exaggerate or simplify events. Characters are constructed to make us care or agree with them. Point out biases in stories. Who's the hero and who's the villain? Yeah. Number 14. Use real-life examples. Compare headlines versus reality, myths versus story, or dramatized shows versus documentaries. Play a fact or fiction games that build critical thinking in a fun way. Number 15, the final one. Model skepticism without cynicism. Say things like, that sounds dramatic. Let's see if it's true. Show them it's okay to enjoy stories, but still ask, is this real or made up? So ultimately, the key takeaway is by teaching kids what's real and what's fiction, you give them a mental filter. They can enjoy stories, social media, and games without blindly believing everything they see or hear. Indoctrination becomes much harder when a child can spot manipulation in stories, propaganda, and media. I'm talking about you, I curly propaganda, who keeps spitting on the children. Anyways, this has been Kendra Viera-Ramos. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.